Hey guys, welcome back to the Hump Day Hangover. This week we're looking back at the Derek Chauvin trial, and we're going to be tasting malt liquor. Also, we may be unveiling some merch.
What?
Yeah.
You got merch?
I designed some t-shirts, Joe. You're going to love it.
Yeah?
Are you good to go in half?
I mean, sure. It's just like...
It's got an OnlyFans joke on it and stuff.
No shit.
Yeah, I'm glad you're going in half, though, because...
How much should we...
It's $514.72.
What?
72 cents, yeah.
Bro, we only have 30 subscribers.
It's only 15 shirts, Joe. Yeah. 15 shirts.
I don't know.
$514.
Jesus Christ. You said it's OnlyFans, though?
Yeah, OnlyFans joke. You'll love it.
I mean, however I gotta pay for this, though, shit, it's all good.
Alright guys, so the Derek Chauvin verdict came out this week. I mean, I think we can all agree it was the right verdict, right? Like,
You were on camera. We saw what you did.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but immediately, some annoying things came out of it. I hate the narrative that's like, oh, it's about time. Like, no, it's how the justice system works. You know, you gotta gather all the evidence, present it in front of a jury. Like, you should be thankful you live in a country that's the protocol.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just whip them up and fucking send them to jail. Like, we got due process for a reason. So
yeah, it helps, and it can be annoying, I'm sure, you know, especially when everybody knows. It's like, dude, this person's guilty as fuck. Yeah, but I mean, we still got people right now who we know they're guilty as fuck. They're still waiting on their trial.
Yeah. And then Maxine Waters may have jeopardized everything with her brilliant comments.
We need to be more confrontational.
Yeah.
Need to get up. Ugh.
Yeah, so first of all, I mean, it just really... The fact that his lawyer didn't push for mistrial based on jury intimidation is crazy. They'll probably get a retrial, I'm guessing, move it out of Minneapolis.
Yeah, they're talking about filing an appeal to get it retrial done.
Because in a nutshell, she was basically like, better find him guilty or we're burning this city to the ground. Right?
Which is really ironic because these are same people who are like so pissed off at Trump for let's go storm the Capitol.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying storm the Capitol was a fucking genius idea or anything of that nature, but you can't sit here and I would never put my feet up on somebody's couch. Yeah, I remember putting my feet up on somebody's couch. I mean, it's really what you kind of did there.
So even the thing about Trump is he never said, let's go storm the Capitol. He was like, we got to fight. We got to stand our ground, right?
Yeah.
And because it was Trump, everybody's like, oh, he said the word fight.
Yeah.
So he brought this on. But in any other context, if somebody said fight, they'd be like, oh, they meant persevere, you know.
Yeah.
Keep fighting the good fight, not actually fist fight. But and then she's like, we got to be more confrontational.
We need to get up in these people's faces. We need to let them know we mean business.
Yeah.
I'd seen where she said something before, like, you need to start getting up in these, like, Republicans' faces when they're out eating at restaurants and, like, you're not welcome here. It's like,
yeah.
I don't think that if the, like, roles were reversed and some white person just went up to a random black person sitting at a table and be like, you're not welcome here, that's not going to play out too well.
Dude, some of the division that's pushed by even politicians from the political left, you're like, man, this is not an inclusive...
No, it is not at all.
Movement. This
like,
isn't, hey, let's meet in the middle and share ideas. It's like, hey, you don't agree? You need to get the fuck out.
Yeah. It's like we've become so much of a, you support me? No. Fuck you. Go die.
Yeah.
what? Can't we find common ground somewhere in the middle? I mean,
Yeah.
is there not any of that allowed?
This is kind of a tangent, but
yeah,
you see it all the time on Twitter. People will post like a picture of like a baseball game with the crowded stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Texas was the first one to open, right? So it'll be some liberal reporter like, I hope all 40,000 of these people die. It's like, why?
Yeah, right. I mean,
why would you hope
Why
that?
would you ever want to say that? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, these people enjoy going out. Oh, I hope they die.
I can't believe you would dare try to resume your normal life.
They're clearly Republicans. I hope they all die. It's like, what?
Fuck Texas. You're like,
yeah. But anyway, getting back to Chauvin. That's a tangent. Sorry. Yeah. So Maxine Waters, pretty much, she put it all up in jeopardy. So we'll see what happens with that.
mm-hmm.
So then, the day of the verdict,
Yeah.
you had
Like within a half an hour after the verdict was, or before I believe the verdict was read, possibly somewhere around that range. Yeah.
you had the girl in Columbus get shot as she tried to stab another girl.
Yeah.
So what happened here is everybody rushed to judgment, as they are prone to do. Condemned the police officer. The body cam footage came out. They're like, oh man, he actually saved this other girl's life. But we already said we don't like him, so
we've already made our mind up.
We got to stick to our guns.
Mm-hmm.
And just the narratives that came out of that were unbelievable.
Does anybody remember the white kid from Chicago while we're at it?
No, we don't care about that.
Yeah, we don't care about that. No. Moving on.
Listen, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So you got a 13-year-old kid out in the middle of the night with a gun. You got a 16-year-old kid. 16-year-old, you're still a kid.
Yeah.
You got a 16-year-old kid trying to kill another kid.
Yeah. Didn't she
with
say
a knife.
something on the video like, I'm going to kill that bitch or something like that?
And it's like, the police aren't the fucking problem here. You know? This is a society problem. This is the parents' problem. Something.
This is a fucking issue.
Yeah. You can't look at these two cases and say anything about the police. It's like,
No.
this is a problem.
Yeah.
Take the police out of it. This is a problem. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
There's this idea that we need to abolish the police. It's totally fucking retarded if you think that. Fucking retarded. It also goes along with this idea of we're going to ban guns. We need to ban guns. Look, man, if you want to ban guns and you want to abolish the police, could you please forward me your fucking mailing address so I can show up at your house and take whatever I want? Because you're not going to be able to stop me if I did. Think about it.
You gotta do them like that, Joe.
Just saying.
We
Put
could,
it
though.
out. we literally we could. Yeah.
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 So, yeah, I mean, you can look at any statistic that you want. As soon as cops pull back, violent crimes go through the roof.
Look at, where was it where they set it up, you know, where like the cops weren't allowed in a certain area, and then all the businesses down there were like, it's a disaster.
Being extorted for money.
Yeah, they were being extorted for money. They said nobody
Seattle.
was coming down there anymore. They're talking about crime rates were through the roof. Like all the fucking buildings there had boarded up windows where people had come through and just broken all the glass out of the bitches.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can look back at Baltimore a few years ago, Chicago a couple of years ago, Louisville this past summer. Anytime police pull back, crime skyrockets.
Yeah.
And it's always in poor urban areas, mostly in the African American community. It's like pulling back police does not help those people. It doesn't. I don't care. I don't care what you want to push. It doesn't help them.
No.
It just makes everything worse.
Yeah. Yeah. There are bad cops out there.
Oh, for sure.
You cannot get a group of people together of any sort and not have some bad people in there. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. When you have a gang of fucking people that large, you're going to have some bad ones in there.
Yeah.
But this idea that all of them are, no.
So we can look at, qualified immunity, privatized prisons. Is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to profit off people going to prison? That's a horrible system.
Yeah.
But just getting rid of the police, like, that's the worst idea I've ever heard.
Yeah.
It's the worst political platform of my life.
Yeah.
And it has so much steam. I'm like,
yeah.
what?
You need to abolish the police. It's like, so what happens if we do? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, what do we do when we abolish the police? I haven't heard yet what they're planning on doing if we abolish the police. Because it sounds like there will be no consequences.
I know Minneapolis tried it. and then
Yeah, that failed
crime
miserably.
skyrocketed.
Yeah.
And then they had to hire more police than they originally
Yeah.
had to try to get it back under control.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that they can't just look at all the cases. You know what I'm saying? Like, anytime police pull back, crime skyrockets. And they just refuse to acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, it's...
No, they find a way to base it on something else. That's what always amazes me. Like, in Louisville last year with the crime going up fucking through the roof, rather than, like, you know, attribute it to police, you know, pulling back or whatever, they didn't do that. Instead, they blamed it on COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They're like, it's because everybody's out of work and they have nothing better to do.
They're also supposed to be staying at their house.
I know, right? I'm saying, it's like, we're giving them free fucking money. They're making more money than they would have if they were working. And you expect me to believe that it's because of this that everybody's just sitting around like, bro, I ain't got shit to do. You want to go rob somebody?
Let's go stick them up.
Yeah.
I got more money than I used to have, but I need more.
Yeah. Really?
Some of these narratives after the Columbus thing, from like reputable people, right? Real journalists, celebrities, are like, oh, it was just a knife fight.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, what?
This happens all the time down there. Cops don't need to get involved in knife fights. Hey, look, I grew up in, you know, the West End in a poor environment, spent 25, 26 years of my life down there. You know what I never, ever had once?
A knife fight?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a couple things on this. First of all, it's not a knife fight if only one person has a knife.
Exactly. This
That's
is
a
not
stabbing.
This is not a fucking duel. Like, on guard.
That's just somebody getting stabbed.
Yeah.
And then, literally, this one woman said, we don't need white officers officiating our disputes.
Mm-hmm.
What?
The reverse racism in that sentence right there. Like, you cannot... Again, it comes down to I or you could not ever say something of that nature. Like, we could not be out in the East End and a black cop come up to settle a dispute. We'd be like, whoa, feller.
We don't need your kind
Yeah,
coming in our neighborhood.
Yeah. Just why don't you go back to where you're from? It's like, that does not... I can't even say that without it sounding cringe in my head.
I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
That's a terrible sentence to say.
Yeah. So how come when the shoe is on the other foot, though, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
Oh, you're right.
Just take my white ass up out of here. God bless y'all. Have a good day. Hey, by the way, she's about to stab you.
Go back to stabbing each other.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, how come that's allowed? How come we are allowing that role reversal to be okay? Can't fucking do it. There's an agenda being pushed. If you're not fucking wise enough to see it.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Drink some malt liquor.
You want to drink some malt liquor?
Yeah.
Sean's never had malt liquor. I'm about to get him.
I don't drink my alcohol out of a can.
That's why he's getting a 40.